This is Grand Theft Auto 3 Definitive Edition. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So obviously this is a classic Grand Theft Auto experience. We've got the series coming into 3D, which is, well, was quite exciting at the time. This is part of the overall package of Grand Theft Auto games, where there were the 3 titles that were brought back and upgraded and enhanced, and they have since fixed those up quite a bit, and we're at a point where things are pretty good. The tough guy was betrayed by his girlfriend. That's rough. And then we're in the police kind of custody and everything, and the whole thing's gonna happen. Anyways, it's a 3-pack. You got 3 San Andreas, Vice, and this is particularly the Grand Theft Auto 3, I guess the third main entry in the series. The epic open world adventure that started it all. Oh yeah. Lighting upgrades, visual changes, settings, all that kind of stuff. It all starts in Liberty City. So you're at the center of the criminal underworld. Basically, as you just saw, your gal betrayed you. You're depressed, you're sad because you're in jail, and you're being carried away, and then things, kind of go in your favor, as to say, and you begin a new adventure of crime and make your way across the different islands. You start in one area and then you make your way to the other area, and then you meet some different characters and do some crazy things, and it's quite a bit of fun, and it's pretty good looking too. We've got a couple different visual options, and then additional settings in regards to like traditional lighting versus new lighting, and we'll dive all into those once the cinematic opening has kind of concluded. Here you can see there's the big breakout. They're not really here for us, it's they're here for someone else. It actually tells a pretty interesting story, but there's also just like free roaming. You can just go around and explore the world of Grand Theft Auto 3, which is kind of exciting. And it's actually a pretty large-scale environment and area that you get to visit, and you get to see some different things. It's quite cool. Yeah, no, it really does hit the mark there. Yes, our adventure is going to begin as soon as this bridge has exploded. So what we've been seeing here is the fidelity mode. So this is a dynamic 4K, so pretty much 4K, 30 FPS, and there's HDR support. So we'll just show a little bit of gameplay, the fidelity. Personally, I like performance mode. That's kind of how I go about it. But I like to open with fidelity, just so you can see the visuals kind of getting pushed here. This is a very long, kind of black screen there. Give me liberty. Oh yeah. Sucks that your hands are messed up, man. At least they fix those up for you. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, clean, looks good. Then there's options. So you can change sensitivity for first, third-person aiming, your targeting aim assist on or off, graphics, you can see the fidelity. We're going to switch to the performance mode, and then you can choose classic lighting. So we're going to turn classic lighting off just so you can see what the new lighting looks like. I know, crazy, right? But yeah, that is an option. And then we've got the radio stuff off, and then there's some accessibility options. So the performance mode here, immediately I think you can notice an increase in the frame rate. So this is like an 1800p cap, but it's 60 FPS. We've got the modern lighting visuals on, which I actually think adds a bit of a nice aesthetic to the game. But obviously, if you are a veteran of the franchise, you probably want those original skies, that original look. I would say if you are newer to the series, I do think the more realistic modern visuals as far as like lighting and clouds is kind of nice, especially for this game. It's something I wouldn't really do for, say, Vice or San An, but I think for GTA 3, honestly, you can kind of maybe appreciate that a bit more in this one, just because the other games have such mood lighting going on, if that makes sense. Like, I think if you've played those games, you know what I'm talking about. Whereas this one is, it's pretty old, right? So they re-enhanced the lighting, there's environmental upgrades, high-resolution textures, increased draw distance, the control style of GTA 5 is brought into this stuff. It's a pretty nice quality of life improvement. It really is. But let's go and do the traditional lighting because I know people care about that quite a bit. And you can see like it does like it does have a mood. It's just kind of interesting because like the new lighting is trying to be more of like a realistic thing, whereas this is very much more video game-esque, which is okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that in the slightest, of course. Luigi's goes. And this is just kind of like, you know, the opening missions, and you can fool around, you don't have to, like, specifically do anything. I'm getting a vehicle. We gotta go pick up Misty, but, you know, we can also just cause a little bit of chaos, you know, get the star system going up there, get some money. Apparently the cops are, not all too bothered by the quantity of me kind of going through. There's a very satisfying crunchy sound too. I hear they come. Good, good, good. I was wondering if I get some action going on here. It's about time the cops stepped in. You know, I had to mow down like 5 or 6 different people before the cops even cared in the slightest. Is anyone gonna do anything? Oh, well, I guess the fire causing a problem is a thing. I'll take that, thank you very much. Wow, okay, that's not cool. But yeah, so for some people, this is like the fun of GTA, is just kind of like causing mayhem and fighting with the cops. And, you know, you got like a pretty neat lead character, and in this game, the Mafia stuff in this one is quite fascinating. You know, just seeing like the Mafia angles and the battles. It's got some neat quests. Some of them are a little harder, you know. Some of them are a little bit more difficult than other ones, but I think for the most part, they work pretty well. Like, they haven't all necessarily aged the best, for sure, but no, it's neat, and they've done some good improvements to this one, for sure, since the release. Because obviously, when these games came out, they were in a bit of a rough state, needless to say, right? Like, they definitely needed a bit of love and a bit of updating, and it kind of took a long time, but you know, time rolls by, and then you're just like, oh wow, it's been that long, and then, you know, you're going off and not thinking about things, and then you're like, bam, this is way better, and then you come in and play it and enjoy the action of it, and it's a pretty beloved classic, you know, especially on the PlayStation side of things. These, you know, they kind of defined the earlier generation of like PS2, right? Like they really did. They've always kind of been PlayStation things, right? Okay, to be fair, she walked right into that. Is she alive? Oh. Hi, Misty. I'll take you to Luigi's. But yeah, I think you can, I was going to show you the map in a sec here, but I'll also show you the different car driving angles. And very cinematic aesthetic going on, and you know, you go all like weirdly first person, like you're the thing from Evil Dead, and yeah, I like the slightly parted back car. But I was going to say the map. You get a large area. So here you're doing like an opening Mafia kind of thing, and you move over here, you do some more, you work for some people over here, and then, you know, a little bit more action going on, and it sort of progresses across a decently lengthy, you know, like story if you actually want to work through it. And yeah, it's really up to you and how engaged you want to be with your Grand Theft Auto action. Look around. Yes, we'll go for a drive. We don't need to get more Luigi work at the moment. I guess we could have went and bought like a gun and stuff. Then again, if everything goes wrong, you know, you kind of end up losing your stuff, which kind of sucks. But no, it's pretty good, like, honestly. Performance mode, you know, it's close enough to your full 4K, and you get the 60 FPS, and it's easily the way to kind of go about playing this, if that makes sense. Like, you got to remember, too, like, if this doesn't seem overly exciting for you in a modern context. Like for the time, this was pretty cutting edge, and it's just about making these games available for people to enjoy once again. And I think that in itself is quite awesome. That these cherished, beloved classics are still something people can enjoy today, even if they might not necessarily be something everybody's fully into and embracing. I mean, it's kind of a hard step going back if you've like only been used to like say GTA 5. That's the problem with GTA 5 having been around too long, is people kind of like that's their only impression of Grand Theft Auto. Whereas when I was younger, we had, you know, bam, 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 bam. It was GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice, 4, and then, you know, 5 kind of was like the tail end of the 360 there, and it was just kind of like, wow, I know, like 2 GTAs in that gen, with 3 in the first, and it's just, yeah. Funny, PS3, I should say PS3 over 360, but, you know. You get what you get here. And fellas, alright, let's go do this Luigi mission. Sup?
Luigi said to give you this, so here, take it.
There's a new high on the street. Goes by the name of Spank. Some wise guys been introducing this trash to my girl down Portland Harbor.
Blah, 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 blah. Let's go take care of business. Got ourselves a nice bat. Sweet. But yeah, it's a lot of different like missions where you're just kind of doing things. It's funny because it's like if you fail too, you literally like redo the mission, which could be pretty like disheartening. Yeah, it's basically, and then but the missions themselves, they're not like terribly long, but some of them are a little bit more complex than others, and it could lead to some pretty stressful scenarios. Let's put it that way. There definitely can be a level of frustration to that. But no, you meet some cool characters, you go on some pretty cool adventures. You don't have to do the story stuff at all. Like, you can just fool around like I mentioned, but I think I'm supposed to beat the crap out of this guy. Have a good day, yo. Right on, let's move. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, we gotta go clean this car so that you know, the police don't find me, as to say. It's more like a tutorial thing, right? The police. I got a star for the police driving into me. Well, I mean, I guess I wasn't where I was supposed to be. Okay, that guy, if he died there, that's, or she, I don't know if that was a woman, it was hard to tell, I was driving by too fast. But like, you know, you jump into traffic when you're on the sidewalk, that is on you, that's not a me problem. I didn't cause that. $1,000? Don't worry, you get tons of money just doing the missions in this game. They hand out money like candy in this one. New engine, oh yeah. And then we gotta go stash the car in Luigi's lockup. What a sweet ride, eh? That's neat too, because it's like, this is set in an earlier era. As far as society, and it was cool. I really am disappointed we don't get more Grand Theft Autos more frequently, as far as, you know, just kind of story-based stuff, because it'd just be cool to visit different locations. I kind of feel like what we got with the, you know, the first 3 kind of games, that's just going to be what we're getting forever, and it's just going to be a cruise off of this, right? Because, like, obviously there was 3, and then 4 was also Liberty City, but between that there was San and Vice, and then, you know, GTA 5 took us back to San An, and then, yeah, and, you know, obviously 6 is going for Vice, and, yeah, probably be Liberty again. Which, I mean, there's more Americana in different places you can go, and, you know, they're always going to be modern now, because you can't, wow, that is so 2D. You think we would have had the technology to make that all 3D at this point. Yeah, probably not worth the time, eh? Anyways, I digress. It was Yeah, it just would have been cool to see more city locations for different vibes. Just so that they do different things. I say Liberty City as being like GTA 7, which would be forever away, but they might never leave the beachy atmosphere and stuff because, well, you know, that's what people are used to now. That's a problem as well. You get people too used to a particular type of game, and that's just how it is. Oh, and this game has lots of really fun, random city chaos and action going on. There'll be many times where I'm just walking around and all of a sudden it's like, you know, big fights and everything, and it's just like, what is happening here? It's like, I didn't cause this. This is just happening in this environment. Like, these guys are just choosing to fight each other. And I don't know why. How? Why, dude? I don't even know why these guys are fighting. Are they like different rival gangs or something? A lot of crime out here in Liberty City. A lot of crime. Oh, it looks like they're gonna be... Don't worry, these guys are totally fine. They're just bringing them back to life so they can fight again. Thanks, paramedics. You guys are doing a great thing for society. And it's really fun when weird stuff like that happens, and you're just like, what's going on? And that's the magic of Grand Theft Auto. Random world events. Looks like these guys are kind of stuck against the windows. Is it just because that's how the original game was? Or is it because, you know, they introduced bugs? That's always the question. Hard to say, right? Alright, let's go do the next mission here. Yeah, it's a pretty funny store names and that. This is the comedy, the satire of different Americana locations. Buy 5 cigarettes, get 1 free tattoo and body piercing and phone cards? They do everything in this store. This really is a time, isn't it? Luigi, I've come to help. Drive Misty for you, no problem.
Hey, I gotta talk to you. Alright, Mick, I'll talk to you later.
I need to get a vehicle. Which is very doable in this economy. I need your car. Thank you, good sir. Oh, yeah, whatever. See, back in the day, before we had, like, the cell phones and stuff like that, you'd have to... I'd really, like, just wonder how anyone ever connected with anyone. Like, even imagine before phones and all, it'd be like, how did you find any person? Even with phones that were, like, home phone or pay phones, it's like, you just had to hope that someone was available. Otherwise, you just wouldn't come across them at all. Seriously, I ponder that sometimes. I even think, because, like, I grew up where we didn't have cell phones until I was... You know, they started coming in when I was young, but even when we had cell phones, when I was young, they weren't anything special. And then the touch phones came in and everything changed, and very, very quickly and radically everyone started, you know, getting phones, which was just wild. But it's just like, I pondered the before times, like, even before that, it's like, how did you just hoped everything worked out and it just kind of did? Yeah, kind of crazy to think about, eh? Joey's Auto Painting, Insurance Repairs. Anyways, GTA 3, a lot of fun, definitely worth diving into if you've never played it. It's a classic game. It looks great here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, runs smoothly. No complaints, no problems. They fixed this game up nicely over the years. They've updated things, and I think you'll be quite pleased with the action of it. You go out there and have a classic nostalgia time.
Hey, I'm Joey. Luigi said you were reliable.